If the second most divisive issue in America is immigration, the most divisive issue also popped up in these debates.
I am the only candidate here who has passed a law protecting a woman's right of reproductive health and health insurance.
I just want to say there's 3 women up here that have fought pretty hard for a woman's right to choose. So I'll start with that.
Isn't the Democratic candidate going to be vulnerable on this issue on the other side of the aisle?
No, actually, the majority of Americans do support access to a safe legal abortion. They do not want to see Roe v. Wade be overturned. Of course, you need standards and guidelines set by medical experts, but politically motivated restrictions like the bans we've seen in Georgia, Alabama, and other states across the country have raised the alarm. And even in Florida, there was no abortion restriction that passed this session. Floridians don't have an appetite for it. We'd rather focus on prevention, access to sex ed, and preventative measures.
Adam?
I agree. Politicians should certainly not be involved in those kind of decisions. When it comes to the third trimester abortions, most cases it's when the health of the mother is at risk. It's a very traumatic decision. At this point, typically baby names have been picked out. This is not a choice thing. This is a medically necessary thing. It's a horrible thing that happens, but it's for a medical reason, and the government should not be anywhere near making those decisions when it's a medically necessary
But
decision.
again, let me challenge you there. I believe that bill in Virginia that was introduced would have allowed abortions even under the mental health of the woman being harmed in a way, so that could be a reason for her to have an abortion in the third trimester.
Under very extreme circumstances. I think it's important for listeners to know that 90% of abortion services are in the first trimester.
Yeah.
Anything beyond first trimester, to Adam's point, it's going to be really tragic circumstances. Nobody wants to end a pregnancy late in their term.
Mike?
Well, look, like my pro-life views are well known. I'm not going to belabor them here. Here's what I'll say. For a long time, the pro-choice lobby was talking about safe, legal, and rare. What we've seen in the last year is some of the northern states have been trying to expand abortion rather than reduce it. So the one thing I saw last night that I can actually agree with is one of the governors was bragging about he had reduced abortions. Colorado, they had reduced abortions 65% through things like providing contraception and counseling and that type of health care, which is exactly what we should be focusing on. We should be providing contraception, sex ed, things like that, so we can reduce the abortions. But what scares me is some of these states, they're trying to expand it to abortion on demand, as if abortion were some good thing. I hope we would all agree that at best it's a necessary evil.